Good morning everyone and welcome back to Move Daily Fitness. My name is Stratton. For today's workout, we're gonna be hitting chest, triceps, and shoulders. We're gonna be doing 3 different circuits for the workout today. Each circuit's gonna be done for 40 seconds work with 20 seconds in between, and we're gonna repeat each one 3 times. So for today, you're gonna require that variety of dumbbells. As always, here's the ones I've used, but keep in mind these are just for reference and to lift within your own abilities. I'm also gonna be using a bench, where if you don't have one of these, I'll show you modifications for that as well. I'm gonna start you with the warm up and we're gonna end with the cool down today. And hey, don't forget, if you feel stuck in your fitness and nutrition, I am here to help. I do offer one-to-one coaching where we utilize an app to give you nutrition and training tailored towards your goals. If this is something that interests you, click or tap the card at the top of the screen or check in the description below. It'll also be in the pinned comments. But for now, let's do this and move daily. Alrighty, let's start this warm up. In a little bit here, I'm gonna use a resistance band just to kind of warm up our joints. If you don't have one, you feel free to skip the part. Let's start off with some arm circles. And go the other way. And some arm circles on the other arm. And the other way. And let's go some front and back arm swings. And some torso rotations. All right, I'm gonna take that resistance band and I'm gonna do some pull aparts with my arms out in front of me towards my neck. I'm gonna bring it above my head and then bring it down. Good. We're gonna go one hand up and swing it around. And switch directions. All right, so there is the first 2 exercises. We're gonna start off with push-ups. If you can't do a push-up, you can modify from the knees. Grab a yoga mat, let's get going. Okay, starting off with those push-ups. Again, if you can't do a push-up, modify from the knee. And then if you can't do it from the knee, modify from the knee and then onto an incline bench, like so. Get ready. Keep that core tight and the bum down. I'm gonna use my bench for some tricep extensions coming up. If you don't have a bench, you can use the ground. Good. All right, go into those tricep extensions. I'm going to use my 25s. Wrists in a neutral grip. We're gonna keep those elbows pointed towards the ceiling. Slowly bring that weight down by our ears and come back up. I like to rotate my wrists because I feel like I get a better squeeze, but it's completely optional. We're gonna move into a lateral raise coming up. Good. Okay, into that lateral raise, I'm going to hold 12s. Arms by our side. Elbows are gonna be slightly bent. I'm gonna lift the weight up in a 45-degree angle, keeping our wrists, our palms facing down below, bringing it to just above ear height. You can even angle your wrists as if you're pouring out a glass of water at the top. Gives a bit better of a contraction on the mid delt. Good. All right, back to the top for round 2. Gonna go back into those push-ups. Remember, you can use push-up handles or even hex dumbbells if these hurt your wrists. And let's work. Good. All right, coming back into that tricep extension. Got my 25s again. Get ready.
It up and there you go. There you go, walking out that door. It felt so close, closer than it felt before. And yeah, I know that I always hurt your feelings. Yeah, I know that you'll never be forgiving me, and I just want you to know.
Good. Into the lateral raise. Gonna go back to my 12s. Shoulders back, core tight. Work.
There is so much that I would change about the way I treated you. I don't deserve a second chance. I know that I'm way too late, cause I messed it up and there you go. There you go, walking out that door. It felt so
Good. Back to the top for round 3. Into those push-ups.
I know that I always hurt your feelings. Yeah, I know that you'll never be forgiving me. And I just want you to know I didn't.
Here we go.
Baby, I just wanna be with you. I should be with you.
All right, good work. Tricep extension. Back to my 25s. Here we go.
All those times when I felt closed off from all that I could become, eager but too scared to climb. Wanted to please my friends, but it felt like the end of myself. I was shut down and all drained out. I was lost, so I had to change. Yeah, I shook off all the bad vibes, cut me loose from the pettiness.
Lateral raise. Back to my 12.
They think that I have lost my mind, that I'm not being true, but they don't have a clue, cause this is me when I cut out all the shallowness and everything I suppressed to fit in a small frame.
Good work. All right. Let's put those weights away. Coming up next, we're gonna start off with an incline press. If you don't have an incline bench to do a press on, feel free just to do a flat press on the ground. Grab those dumbbells, the bench if you have it, and join me back. All right, we're gonna start off with that incline press. I'm going to hold my 30s. Go on a 45-degree angle on a bench. Again, if you don't have a bench, use the ground, just go flat. Start off with the weight touching your chest. Have your elbows and wrists in a 45-degree angle. Don't flare out your elbows. Keep them semi-tucked in. Work your way all the way down. Try and put that weight in your armpit and squeeze at the very top. Get that real good stretch at the bottom. We're gonna be going into a skull crusher coming up. Good. All right, I'm gonna hold one of these 30s for that skull crusher. So bring it up. Don't bonk your noggin or crush your skull. Keep those elbows tucked in as much as you can. Drop the weight all the way down. Feel that stretch in your tricep. Power back up. Keep that core tight. Good. All right, we're going into a front raise coming up. You can do these seated, standing. I'm gonna do them standing. I'm gonna grab my 15s. I'm gonna stand, shoulders back, core tight, wrists in a neutral grip at the bottom. Go up and rotate your wrists so that your palm is facing downwards at the top. We're gonna go slightly above head height. If that's hurting your shoulder, don't go that high. We can also get a bit more of an emphasis on our front delt if we slightly hinge at the waist and lean forward. We're gonna go into that incline press again after this. Good. All right, round two, back to the top. Going back into that incline press. Remember, on this exercise, it's super important that we're pushing our upper back into the back of our bench and pushing out our chest. So we really put all the emphasis on the chest. Keep that lower back on the bench as well. So tighten your core, keep that lower back on the bench and that chest out. Good, back to that skull crusher. And work. Until failure on that one. Front raise. Got my 15s again. And work. Good, all right, back to the top for round three. Going back to that incline press. And work.
About you is the one, really won't be pretty when it ends. Now how could I leave with your sweet love on me? Yeah, yeah. Something about you always makes it harder. When you got my lipstick on your white shirt collar.
Good. All right, skull crusher.
When we should stop, we go further. Didn't even notice that it rained.
Here we go.
When we should stop, we go further. Didn't even notice that. Now how could I leave? With your sweet love on me? Yeah, yeah. Something about you always makes it harder. Got my lipstick on your white shirt collar.
All right, front raise to finish off the circuit. Feeling pumped. Got my 15s again. And work.
This town's so lame, I'm feeling so wired. It's 4 a.m., I'm not even tired. We're in your car, we can drive away. Oh yeah, yeah. We're almost there, I'm loving this feeling of something new. Just right what I needed, take me there. We can drive away. Oh yeah.
Good work. All right, let's put those weights away, grab some water. We're gonna start off with an incline fly. I'm gonna lower it just a little bit greater than 45 degrees. Got those dumbbells? Okay, for this circuit, we're gonna be going into something called a JM press. I know Tracy's done it before. We're gonna do it on an incline bench. So, I'm just gonna give you a demonstration what that looks like before we jump into it. I'm gonna pick up these are just for reference 15-pound dumbbells. We're gonna keep the weight, our arms straight above our head. Our wrists are pointed away from us, and lower that weight while the wrists are still pointed away from us down to our neck, flare out our elbows, and press up. So down, pressing, up. If you have a little bit of difficulty doing that, feel free just to do a tape press. So a tape press will be where our wrists are in the same direction, and we bring that weight into our chest, just barely touching our chest, and back up again. So those will be the 2 exercises that you can do. Are you ready? Me too, let's go. All right, so we're gonna start off this circuit with a incline fly. An incline fly. I'm gonna grab my 25s. Again, if you don't have a bench, you can just use the floor for this exercise and the next. Here we are, wrists on a neutral grip, shoulders back, 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 get that good stretch in your chest. Squeeze at the very top. Keep that lower back pressed up against the bench if you're on an incline bench. We're gonna go into that JM press coming up, or that tape press. Good. All right, so I'm gonna stick with my 25s for this JM press. Get ready. Slowly lowering the weight, slow, slow, slow. And you can also do this with a barbell if you have a barbell. We're gonna go into reverse flies coming up. All right, reverse flies. I'm gonna hold my 10-pound dumbbells. If you know me, you know I don't like to go too heavy on these. Keep that back as flat as possible. Sit on the edge of a bench. If you don't have a bench to sit on, you can stand and hinge at the waist. Driving with our elbows. Imagine you have a string tied to the end of your elbow and it's lifting your elbow up. Awesome job. Okay, let's go back to the top with that incline fly to start here. Get ready. All right, that JM press is next. Do you like the JM press or do you not care for it? Let me know. I quite like it. I like doing it with a barbell. Here we go. All right, reverse fly. Sticking with my 10s. right, back to the top. Last circuit, ladies and gentlemen. Going into the incline fly, I am holding my same weight. And we work. Remember, keep that lower back pushed into the bench or on the floor. JM press.
Song is gone, I'm latching on. Don't even know your name, but you're still in my head. Underneath rays of gold, your body oh so close. No, I can't forget, no.
Get ready.
You who saw me first. I guess it's history now, and I shouldn't care, but it still hurts. I didn't realize the danger, cause you're the end of the rainbow. And the music was so loud, didn't catch your name over this crowd. Girl, you should wear a name tag, cause all I wanna do is to know your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag, that's the only way that I get your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag, it's too important to be your name. People go insane when you walk by. Girl, you should wear a name tag.
All right. Reverse fly.
Find you anywhere, been trying for too long. I can find my luck, been looking everywhere.
Here we go.
Makes sense, no. 'Cause I need you on the dance floor. 4 a.m. and we go home. I guess it's history now, and I shouldn't care, but it still hurts. I didn't realize the danger, cause you're the end of the rainbow. And the music was so loud, didn't catch your name over this crowd. Girl, you should wear a name tag, cause all I wanna do is to know your name.
Do good, halfway.
That's the only way that I get your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag, it's too important to be your name. People go insane when you walk by. Girl, you should wear
10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and done. And you have moved daily in your chest, tricep, shoulder workout. Good work, everyone. All right, grab a drink of water, put those dumbbells away, and join me for a stretch if you can. All right, let's stretch things out here. I'm just gonna use my wall and brace my arm up against it. Stretch out that pec, stretch out that shoulder. I'm gonna start off at the top. I'm gonna be working my way to the middle. And I'm gonna go down to the bottom. And I'm gonna go to that other arm, starting from the top. And to the middle. And to the bottom. And I'm gonna bring that arm across my chest. And above my head. And that other arm across my chest. And above my head. And that is it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you all in the next workout.